Today I was so excited to get this email. The spam internet scam email I've been waiting for my whole life from Mr.Cobo Suleman. Dear good friend, how are you doing today? I hope you haven't forgotten me. I'm Mr.Cobo Suleman, the former manager at the Bank of Africa, BOA, bank in Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso, over there in West Africa, who has contacted you some time ago to assist me in order to secure the release of a deceased customer's fund into your bank account. Sounds promising indeed. Though you weren't able to assist me up to the conclusion stage in that transaction by then, I'm very much happy to inform you about my success in getting the fund transferred under the assistance and cooperation of a new partner from Paraguay. Presently, I'm in Paraguay for investment projects with my share of the total sum. Meanwhile, I didn't forget your past efforts and attempted to assist me on the transferring of the fund, and I made sure that you aren't left behind or out of the benefits of the transaction. Hence, I have kept aside for the total sum of $675,000, $675,000 in the cashier's check. My new partner and I have agreed to compensate you with that above said amount for all your past efforts and attempts to assist me in that past successful manner. I have appreciated your kind efforts at the time very much, so feel free to contact the bank secretary via her below email address and the name of the secretary of the BOA. And make sure that you instruct her on how to send a cashier's check to you, and please do let me know immediately you receive the cashier's check so that we can share the joy together after all the stress of the past times. At the moment, I am very busy here in Paraguay because of the investment projects, of which my partner and I were having at hand presently, and finally remember that I left an instruction to the secretary of the BOA, Mrs. Osiobi Onomi. Therefore, as soon as you contact her for the said cashier's check to be sent to you, she will surely send a cashier's check to you. Below is the contact of the secretary of the BOA, Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso, over there in West Africa. Contact this person immediately for your check, Mrs. Osiobi Onomi. And I'm not saying that for a third time. Yours, good friend, Mr.Cobo Suleman. And of course, I just had to reply, Dear Mr.Cobo Suleman, I am very interested since you have contacted me about the receipt of cashier's check. I hope you landed safely in Paraguay. I see this is about the funds of a deceased customer that you used to have. I've been a banker for many years, and this is the first time I've ever seen someone who used to be your customer ask you to transfer funds from an estate to random individuals in two unrelated countries. This is a unique way of doing business indeed. I feel honored to have been chosen for this endeavor, that you feel I am worthy of the task. You did state that you wish to compensate me for my past efforts, but pardon my forgetfulness, I don't recall what I've done for you before. Maybe you can refresh my memory a bit. I am sure I was super helpful in order to warrant a nice payment of $675,000, $675,000 in the cashier's check. I would love to contact the secretary of the BOA, Mrs. Osiobi Onomi, in order to receive my cashier's check so that we can share the joy together after all the stress of the past times. I'm sure they were extremely stressful since you're paying me this well. I'm sure I deserve it. However, how can we know if Mrs. Osiobi Onomi is trustworthy? Should I send her a questionnaire to test her faithfulness to the project? One can never be too careful. I am a little concerned of the security of communicating about these funds through this email. Do you think we should enhance the security by communicating in code? You be Mr. Smith and I'll be Mr. Jones. Instead of cashier's check, we will call it hamburger. Instead of BOA, we will refer to it as San Francisco. Farewell, Mr. Smith. I look forward to speaking with the secretary of San Francisco regarding the hamburger. Good day, Mr. Jones. This concludes episode 1 of Fun with Email Scams. Join us next time as the saga continues.